Hello everybody, my videos. Today playing Amiga Stage. You've got the screen for a tremendous game. This is Frankenstein, a great game. Of course, this is a game, surprisingly, is quite long, but it's a game I've always wanted to finish. As you can see, I have finished it quite a few times now, and being close to Halloween, it seemed like the right time to do it. But yes, we're going to be doing this on the 1200. Wilderness Games, Frankenstein. Let's go. This game is Frankenstein, a platform game developed by Amiga Variations and published by Zeppelin Games for the Amiga and Atari ST in 1992. You play as Igor, a servant to Baron Frankenstein who must bring requested tools and bodies for him to create an artificial life. As Igor, the player must search through Frankenstein's castle, dungeons, surrounding forests and local villages as a single scrolling platformer. Despite its grim themes, the game has a humorous cartoon feel. Very difficult to read at the same time of doing it. This game is great. It might not be to everyone's taste. It didn't score overly high. This is a game I got in 1992 actually. I bought it from a shop in Maidstone in Kent at the time called Computer World. Bought loads of games from there. But it took me absolutely years to finish it. But now I've actually finished it about 6 times. I'd like to get a bit of practice before I go for the long play. But being quite a surprisingly long game, we'll see how we do today. But yes, you've got to try and find a certain quantity of items in specific order and bring them to Baron Frankenstein. So the first ones are normally in the same order. Over the years I've realised that the majority of them are in pretty much the same order every single time. You might get a slight difference. The first ones are the most simple, of course, which is why back in the day I always got these ones done. My problem was, as you progress more into the game, and being a map which is gigantic, I tend to get a lot bit lost. But a lot of practice has been put into this one, and hopefully we can do it now. So now we've got to try and find the garden shears, which is located in the garden shed. Now you can only hold one item in possession at any one time, but you do have an energy bar, which is basically a phytometer. Now you can extend that, which I didn't actually realise you could do. Only in certain parts of the game, of course. Now, the first one has already been found. We found a pillow in the bedroom. So you bring it to Baron, and then you get your next request. But yeah, some items are quite close to where you got to take them, and some of them are on the other side of the playfield. Now, what I like to do in a lot of my long plays is do statistic reading, but like I did with my Blood Money long play, I didn't do much in that one because the game is quite long, and this is quite long as well. But I won't go crazy on statistic readings, I want to keep doing it. But yes, once you've got the item in possession, try and avoid as much of the enemies as possible, and there's enemies all over the place. And some platforms are quite difficult to realise what platforms are actually safe platforms to step onto. Right, we go to the third one. Igor, bring me the knives, which are located on the table in the kitchen. Right, now you start the game off with 3 lives. You don't earn them by picking them up, but you can earn them through score. And every time I finish this game, scores are pretty much identical, so you don't need to earn much additional score by doing certain things. I mean, your character doesn't have any attacks anyway. It's basically walking and jumping, and also you can crouch, which allows you to get through very confined spaces. Right, so we've got the next items. At the moment of time, energy is good, so we're okay. But some areas, yes, your energy is going to drain very, very quickly and very easily, because in some areas it's very difficult to not take damage. Right, now we've got to try and find a body. Now there's quite a few bodies we've got to try and find, 5 I think it is. And this one is fairly close to the starting point, but it takes place in the Black Forest. And this one can be found on a noose. Now you can actually pick up items you don't actually need. It will tell you because the sound is different if you've got the right item or if you've got the wrong item. But what you can do is, to make it easy for yourself, you can actually pick up items and move into certain parts of the map to make it easier for later times. Now you are going to see this forest, or this wood should we say, quite a lot. Now I'm not going to edit down too much, but I might put the occasional bit in because, yeah, like I say, you'll be seeing this screen, or these screens, quite a lot. But normally, if you've got a lot of energy remaining and you're on this sort of point in a level, yeah, you're going to take some damage, but it's no big deal. But if you've got a lot of distance to travel and your energy's low, then yeah, you might have a problem. So, you're going to see the castle quite a lot as well. As you go over the drawbridge, now don't fall down there. It's very easy to fall down there. There was a lot of situations in the past where I didn't know where to go to find the item I needed, and I was experimenting by going into the dungeon. And the problem I had with that dungeon was I couldn't find my way out of it. Right, we find the body. The first of 5 bodies. Now we're going to go to a completely different area. We're going to go to a dungeon which is located under the graveyard. we've got to find the body bracket. But yeah, there's two areas which are completely away from where you normally would be, and there's not actually that many items to find in those locations, but yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get out of there. And the worst thing you want to do in this game is get lost. The amount of times I was trying to find a specific item, I couldn't find it, I was going away from the item, I couldn't find the item, and my energy drained very quickly. Then you realise you've gone the wrong way, going back to find the right way, you haven't got the energy remaining. But it took me years to realise it is actually possible to extend your energy, but not many situations in the game can do it. We've got to find a girl. Right, put it on there, don't need it. Right, but this one takes place underneath the graveyard. Now this is probably the most difficult screen. Some levels only have a few enemies on the screen, some have about 6. Now enemies do different things. You have 3 different types of enemies. You have ones that do their regular thing, either going backwards and forwards or up and down. You have some that will home in on you, like these ghosts, and some of them will do their normal thing, but once you're on the same level as them, then they'll move towards you. Now nurses, I would say, are the most difficult in this game, but yes, they do just that. So they'll just do their usual thing. Once you're on the same level as them, then they'll start moving towards you. So if you're jumping over them, they won't actually change their direction, even they jump. But there are the occasional hidden areas, like down there. So yeah, this is the dungeon. And we're going to try and find this body bracket. And I would say this is probably the most difficult one. I would say. There's not actually many pixel perfects in this game, but there are a few. You've got to be right on that edge, but luckily you can do that in this game. Now unfortunately there's not actually much music. In fact, there's no in-game music whatsoever. All we have is the title screen music. I will feature that over the course of this video, and maybe add a few things along the way, we'll see. But over time, he's fairly nervous. But yeah, going well. But yeah, a situation like this is very difficult to not take damage. I mean, you can't avoid a zombie that can find space. But there is the body bracket. Now this, I would say, is one of the most difficult pixel perfect screens. It's very easy to mess up. So because these ghosts are fairly slow moving, you want to try and draw them away from the area you want to move to. And then go for the move. You've got to be right on that edge. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Right, so now he's rather scared. We will be soon. Now it doesn't matter how much energy you've got remaining, it has no impact on your score. I don't think so. So I have finished it with having no deaths or having a few deaths, and the score is pretty much identical. Right, so we've taken quite a hit on that one. Now it's interesting because this game has no timer until a certain point in the game where a timer is introduced. When you get the weather chart, which is located in the castle, then a timer is introduced. Because next to your lives is a question mark. Now I never really sort of thought about what that actually is in the 90s. Because I never got that far to realise. But yes, that's actually a future time limit. Right. But yeah, I'm not going to go crazy on the statistic reading. Now, this is where I couldn't get out back in the day. I just couldn't figure out how to get out of this area. Either I fell down there by mistake, or went down there by choice. 9 out of 10 because I was lost. Right, so... Oh my goodness me. Right, he looks worried. We should be okay. I've had a lot of practice with these screens. What I might actually do is I might actually feature certain tracks from other games. But being close to Halloween, it seemed like a good time to do this long play. And this is one of those games I've always wanted to finish. It took me years to finish it. A lot of these ones you can just run through and occasionally jump along the way. There's a lot of trial and error in these. It's rare I use the crouch, but it can save you a little bit of energy from time to time. Okay. But once you've found the item and you've taken it to Baron Frankenstein, then your energy is replenished. You don't technically die, he just runs away. But if you've got an item when he runs away, he'll drop it to the spot. Unless it's the item you need. If you've got the item you need on your possession and he runs away, it'll be put back to where you found it. If it's an item you didn't technically have to find at the time, he might drop it on that location. Not sure. Right, Body. Body is in the trees, in a cage, fairly close to the castle. This one. But yeah, it didn't score very highly. Apparently, it is on the C64, but it's a totally different art style. It's a totally different game, really. Right. It's pretty much around here. So basically, in this game, it's fire to jump. I'm not a huge fan of that, but some games, that's what they introduced. There's no mid-jump, there's no high or small jump. It's basically one high, one jump. One press, you jump higher to the maximum you can jump. It's not like Adam's Family. Adam's Family is brilliant, one of my favourites on the Amiga, certainly with platformers. But yes, you can actually do a mid-jump by just tapping the fire button. With this one, you can't do that. But you have a little bit of control with his jump, because you can actually change direction in mid-air. But yeah, you can't kill enemies at all. There is our second body. So once again, we've got to find the castle by travelling through the woods. You can hold the fire button down to do a continuous jump. Yeah, don't fall down there. Very easy done. I did it loads back in the day. I kept falling down there once again, couldn't find my way out. There are certain walls, I had no idea there was a specific way to go through the wall. Either crawl through it or jump at a specific point. But there is your body. Now we've got to find another body. Yes, master. Right, now this one is actually in the castle. Or should you say below the castle? Is that right? Yeah, it is right. Down here. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Hesitating now. Right. We go right, literally. But yes, there are lots and lots of enemies. Anything from spiders to rats, bats, of course. Always a feature of a game like this. That was a notification. But no bottomless pits. No water. No, no water at all. There's no instant kills. And this enemy is right on top of you. Right, so this one is basically located on a rack. But yeah, this is, I suppose, a torture chamber, a dungeon. Like skeletons and skulls, it's got it all. So this one, you jump there. You don't crawl through that one, but the last one on the far right hand of the screen, you do crawl through. So yeah, over the course of your tasks, there are 5 bodies he needs. Right, I'm going to wait for the ghost to move away from the location I want to visit. But yeah, I had no idea you got to crawl through here, so the only way you can do it. So skull, avoid the skull, and we're out of there. Right, once again, head back to the castle. Energy's good. Energy's very good. So yeah, like that owl there. He won't move until you're on the same level as him. Then he'll home in on your location. And if you lose where he was, or should we say, if you move away from that location, he'll go back to his original starting point. Right. But yeah, I haven't noticed many differences in the order of the items. It's more likely to be near the start of the game, you might have a slight change. But 9 times out of 10, it seemed to be the same order. But there's actually a grand total of 20 items in total. A lot more than I thought it would be. This is one of those sort of games I never thought would be as long as it is. Right, there is your body. Right, we bring the weather chart, which is located in the observatory in this castle. Now this one, when I first found it, I found it by mistake. I jumped up and I didn't actually realise there was actually a room there. And I found it. I didn't need it though. But when I finally did it correctly, it introduced a time limit. I had no idea this game had a time limit. Right, so we go onto the windowsill, we jump into the loft. And there is our item. Now that actually introduced you a time, once we get there of course. But yeah, you're going to take damage. Sometimes it's just best to just take the damage. But there is where Baron Frankenstein is. Ouch! Okay. Now you can't go that way. I did experiment with that. You can't go through there. And also, if you go into the lab where the Baron is, and you haven't got the item, or if you've got the wrong item, he'll actually kill you. I did wonder what was going to happen, but yeah, I went there with nothing on my possession, and I was killed. So we've got one extra life. I'm going to try and find the winch. It's located in the hospital, in a storage room. So head that way now. So yeah, quite a lot of time, as you can see. You start off with 89 minutes, I think it was. And only once have I run out of time. I just wanted to see what happens. It's a nice touch with the thunder and lightning, but basically, the length of the time remaining determines on how much lightning there is. Now, when I ran out of time that one time, it was getting really close to running out, and at that time it was just crashing like there was no tomorrow. There was just thunder after thunder after thunder after lightning strike. It was continuous, which is a nice touch because of course there's no in-game music here. The lightning and the thunder was a nice touch, but yes, towards the end there's a lot of it. Now this, I'd say, is the most difficult screen. What makes it difficult is that ghost and that owl. I think most of the owls do actually home in your location when they see you. Right, now also, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get a few more items and bring them slightly closer, just to try and reduce the length of this video. So we arrive at the village. There's so much trial and error with these rooms. I'm going to head over to the hospital. This is the small Swiss inn. And apparently this was also on MS-DOS. I think it was. Now I don't know if it's the same game. I think it's a totally different game. The 64 version is totally different as well. But this is what I didn't realise. She'll actually replenish your phytometer. It's technically what it's called. This is also a very difficult screen. You want to try and draw that ghost away from you. There's two ways you can do it, but yeah, this way is probably the longest of the two ways. But it's a bit more safer. Right. But yeah, when I first saw her, I thought, well, she wasn't there before. What does she do? Yes, she replenishes your health. So now we're currently okay. No one is happy. Right, so we're going to go up here. This is where we find the winch, which is right up there. But I'm going to try and make it easy for myself, because later on we do need the electrical conductors, which are all located in this ward. So I'm going to pick it up because, of course, I wouldn't have done that if our engine wasn't replenished. So we're going to do it, try and save time. It's a nice thing you can do there. It's nice that they've included that, to incorporate that. But yes, the sound is wrong. It's telling you, no, you've got the wrong item. But no, I'm going to make it easy for myself. There's a long distance to travel for one item each time. But yeah, I would say the nurses are the most difficult. I think all of them home in on your locations. And I think ghosts, I think all those do as well. So 127,000. Right, so I'm going to put it... Where do I put it? Where do I put it? I'll put it outside. Now this rat seems like the unavoidable rat. I can't avoid it. Every time I take damage, I think once, by sheer luck, I jump over it without taking damage. But it's such a confined space, difficult to do. Right, so arrive in the reception. Right, now we're going to go get that winch. So with the wheelchair, for the bat. And again, a slight pixel perfect is in the order of this one. The spider, with the leg. Right, now we're going to go left. Head to the crematorium. Just spice it up a little bit more. But yes, luckily, no fall damage. Can you imagine this game with fall damage? I mean, that'd be extreme. I mean, we're not going to break our legs. Now, some rooms or some screens are much easier going one way than the other. So much easier task going from right to left. Right. scored, but I know it didn't score very well. It's still a good game though, I've always liked it. But I've never played it on the CC4 or the TRS-T, but the TRS-T is quite similar. But it needs more in-game music. I mean, it needs in-game music, it hasn't got any. But yeah, it's one of those sort of games I would never have thought it had been as long as it was. Or as many items as you got to find. I mean, back in the 90s, it was very rare I got 4. I might have got 4 sometimes and then got lost after that. Don't fall down there. That's not the way to do it, Jamie. Don't do it like that in the future. Right, there's another body, but yes, of course, he wants the items in the right order. Giving him the wrong item at the wrong time, he'll kill you for that. You're punished for that. Yeah, there are certain screens, taking damage is easily done. It's inevitable. Sometimes quite difficult to avoid. So at the moment of time, he is worried. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these woods over the last few days. Right. I do use occasional glitch, occasionally. I don't know if it's coming out in this video or not. Go to rats. But it's nice you can hold the fire button down for continuous jumping. Right, there we go. There's your winch. Right, we need a flagpole. We're located on the roof, believe it or not. The roof of the hospital. So once again, we head over to the hospital. But yeah, like I say, I might do some edits just to bring the length down. We'll see. We'll see. This is also quite a difficult screen. I'll take one bit of hits. Right, so yeah, we'll stay there until he sees you. Right, this next screen, you have to jump on the trees. It's the only way. Right. Yeah, this is a very tough screen. I don't know if I've actually got past that without taking damage. My first tactic was totally wrong. I was taking so much damage. Right, keep it going. A lot of them, you just do one single jump, you're okay. Just keep walking. Just try and reduce the damage wherever you can. So let me know in the comments box below. Have you played it? How far have you got? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. I don't hate it. Love it. It's fantastic. Plenty of time. We should be okay in terms of time. Right, small Swiss in. Right, there she is again. I mean, you don't actually technically have to, but we pass it anyway. There you go, 1 heart. Energy was good anyway. Now it's even better. But yeah, she's not always located there. Sometimes she's located in different areas. Now we're going to go a different way. This is the other way you could do it. It's a longer way, but it's a safer way. We're going to jump onto this roof. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like kid gloves. You go off the screen and return to it. Everything returns back to its original starting position. You can do it like that. No, not yet. So we head to the hospital. We head to reception. Avoid the hand. Yeah, back in the day, I never got this far. I got lost very early on. I was going absolutely everywhere, but there were some areas I hadn't seen before. I didn't realise you can go through certain walls. I didn't realise you can go through certain grounds, like the one in the dungeon where those 3 feet were. Right, avoid the bat. Bats are always going to feature in games like this. Right, we're on the roof. Okay, there is our flagpole. I've got your flagpole. Now we're on the roof. Gargoyles are also quite difficult. Again, like the owls, they pretty much always home in on your location. What also would have been nice is like the Dizzy games. It would have been nice if each screen had a name. That would have been cool. Right, so we're heading back once again. Yeah, it seemed like a good time of year to do this long play. But yes, I might do a separate long play with no webcam or microphone. We'll see. Some people aren't a fan of that. But yeah, there's so many Frankenstein games. Not all of them on Amiga, of course. I have finished Frankenstein Jr. on the CD4. There was also Frankenstein on the Sega Saturn, which featured Tim Curry, didn't it? That one I have played, but not finished it. Right. 4 lives. And of course, so many films as well, Frankenstein. But yeah, there are some Frankenstein games that are just called Frankenstein. I suppose this is as well. It's not one of those ones that tend to be mentioned very much. Right, energy is good. Light is good. Yeah, a lot of these screens I've experimented with. Sometimes I might do it one way and do it a completely different way another time. But when you've got energy like this and you're in this sort of situation, going the right way, you know you're going to have no issues. As you fall down a space like this, don't fall down the well. But once you're down there, there's only one item to find down there. You have a choice of routes. If I was going left and realising left is not the way to go, I go right. By the time I figure that out, this is low. Right, find the weather vane. This is located on the roof of the church. So, yes, we're going that way again. Not as far this time. Yeah, since doing this channel, I've finished a lot of games I never thought I would finish. And this is one of those games, because I got so lost back in the day, I never thought I'd actually finish it. But the time seemed right. It's quite an addictive game. It is quite addictive. Because you want to find those items, you want to find where they are. And then figure these patterns to try and avoid damage. I mean, he can't kill. It's not his fault. He's not a killer, he's a collector. Find those items and bring them to your master. So yeah, try and draw that owl away from you. Don't make that mistake. That was a bad error. Right, luckily we're fairly close to the church. There we go. Drop on the windowsill. Yeah, the lighting is a nice touch. I really like that. And depending how well you are into the game, if the time is very low, then yes, you're going to see a lot more thunder. Like an 80s disco. Right, so this one, draw the ghost away, delay it, then the owl will fly towards you, and I hope it bounds. That was bad. Oh my goodness me. That's not what I wanted to do. Right, that's going to... Oh, poo. There's a classic example right there. Right, do not want to fall down here. As a result of that, we have got the items we need, but we've got a little bit further to go now. 205,500. There are certain screens that are quite similar to Jet Set Willy. Right, we'll wait there, wait for the rats to part. Right. It's quite a large area, don't you have it requiring or... containing, should we say, a few items. Right, so a little bit delayed there. Let's not do that again. Jump to the left, jump to the right, jump to the left, jump to the right. And we're going to have a spider here. Right, that's what you should have done the first time. Never mind, never mind. Time is good. Energy isn't too shabby. Avoid the multiple hands. And later on, we'll have to bring him some hands. Not these hands. But yes, when I realised that there are ways of increasing your energy, which only feature after the weather chart is in place, I think. She's always located in the village area. Once I found her located on the roof. Again, in the village area. But I haven't found her in the woods. Through the woods, we're going over the drawbridge. And yes, Dizzy games. A lot of Dizzy games do have drawbridge. 9 times out of 10 they don't work. This will work brilliantly. I tend to go to the left side of the staircase the most. I mean, the right side is faster. But easy to mess up. Right, now we're doing a fresh body, which I have seen quite a few times and easily picked up. We're going to go to the woods once again. We're going to go to the graveyard. But yeah, a grand total of 20 items. I mean, I would never have thought it would be that many. I thought maybe 10? I thought 10 maybe, but no, double that. So yes, not played any other versions. I'm assuming yes, the OST is going to be pretty much the same. The C4 apparently is a totally different game. But how many items you have to find, if that's what you have to do, I have no idea. Right, so there he is. We have it. Love the sound as well. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm trying to sort of get the job done, sustain as little damage as possible. I mean, it's never going to be 100% no damage. You're always going to take damage, because sometimes there are enemies which are really difficult to avoid. In a very confined space, it's very tough to avoid damage. It's experimenting. One of the things I like about it, there's always ways. There's always a way. Even the ones that are very tough to avoid, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way around it. There's a knack to it, isn't there? Right, we have got another body. Is this 3 or 4? I can't remember now. But there are 5 you've got to find in those 20 items. Let's go this way. Yeah, it's quicker, but you might take damage from the knights. Right, so because now I've moved electrical conductors slightly closer, we haven't got as far to travel, but once again, yes, we'll go into the woods. Every time I see this woods, it reminds me of slightly magic. Game of Fish loads of times. So yes, if you wanted to, you could put so many items closer to the castle. I mean, it's always risky. There's a lot of backtracking. But yes, if you put something closer, then you die, it stays there. It's only if you've got it in your possession when you die, it might be returned to where it was originally supposed to be. Depending if it's an item you needed originally or not. Yeah, there was one time, I mean, if you press it down on fire, it puts the item down, but one time I was trying to avoid a hazard while crouching. I pressed fire by mistake, put the item down, then died, and then when I turned to it, it was still there. Because I accidentally put it down, then it was there. If I hadn't put it down and died, then it would return to where it was found. And this is not going to be where I originally found it, because I've already moved it. So we're heading through the village. Yeah, there's a lot of trial and errors, a lot of platforms you would expect to be something to step onto, and it is. But there's a lot of platforms you think you might be able to step onto and you can't. Like in the garden, there's a few plants you can step onto and some of them you can't. So a lot of trial and error. It's strong trying to get those shears, but you're supposed to stand on the lawnmower handles. Let's do it like this again. No, we're going to do it this way, because that body, that we'll need later, it's very easy to pick up by mistake. We're in the clouds. Again, very much like Disney. Right, there is our item. We have the item. We head back. So yeah, once you've got the item in possession, you can't pick up anything else. Only once you put it down, then you pick up something else. That's also something I didn't know back in the day. I don't know why back in the day I never really sort of read instruction manuals. But I had the item in possession which was wrong. I didn't have to put it down. I suppose I was just so keen to play the games. I didn't want to read first, just get to the games. There were a few games, like Premiere for example. So desperate to play it, you've got to try and jump from back screen to front screen by pressing down and fire. We didn't know how to do that, so we got to the point where we needed to do that, we couldn't figure it out. Then we had to use the instruction manual. After 10-15 minutes, we realised that yes, you can actually do that. It's the only game on Amiga, certainly in platform terms, that's the case. Jump between the foreground and the background of the platform. Right. Don't do what you did earlier again. But yes, I'm going to take damage all the time. But yeah, haven't you sort of looked into what scores you get to get extra lives? It might be a certain item. Maybe certain items give you extra lives. Maybe you've got to try and find 10 items, gives you a life. 15 items gives you a life. It could be something silly like that, I don't know. But once I got to grips with the game, and when I finish a game, I like to finish it quite a few more times just to get to grips with it. If I do a long play or not. Yes, I was not dying. I was getting there pretty much with 5 lives. And I thought, can you get more than 5? I don't think you can. But yes, my scores are pretty much identical every time. I mean, you're doing the same thing every time, it should technically be the same anyway. You don't earn any score by killing enemies. You can't kill a single enemy in this game. But they can kill you very easily. Right, so up we go. I've wrote them all down, but I don't know where we are now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Next should be a body. A body which is in the local village. Which again, we've seen before. I'm going to head that way once again. Right. Oh, poo. Didn't see that one. Just risk it for Willow and Biscuit. Sometimes the way to do it. Another thing that would have been nice is have the items a bit more spread out. Ouch! Not so many in the hospital. I'd say about half of them at least are in that area. So yes, you're going to see the woods a lot. You're going to see the village of it very much a lot. I suppose it's not a bad thing because the more you see it, you're going to get better at it, technically. And practice has certainly helped in this situation. I did struggle getting through these woods. Now the final item, which I was not surprised to find out, is the brain. I suppose in films, you expect it to be the brain, the last thing you find. It is the furthest thing to find though, it's on the far side of the playfield. And there's no map in this game, I don't think there is. Did check the instruction manual on that one, there's no map. Right, it should be next screen. Yes. Right, tactic, don't know. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this screen. 6 enemies. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Right, got another body. The body's in the bag. Papa's got a brand new bag. Right, we're going to head back. We'll edit down this one. You've seen it before, many times before. Okay, we arrive at familiar territory. It's a quick item in my bag, and energy's okay. Baron Frankenstein is up to his old tricks again, building a monster for the bodies of freshly dead village folk. Incidents of body snatching has occurred all over the arena, and rumour has it that the village hunchback, Igor, is helping Baron Frankenstein to collect the fresh body pieces. Igor, a man scared even his own shadow, has the thankless task of gathering the pieces of body from various locations, including the Tower Vaults, the local village, Baron Frankenstein's castle, the Black Forest, the graveyard, morgue, the observatory, and the hospital. And the next item we need is located in the dungeons. We've got to try to find some hands. There's one more to find. Right, there we go. So yeah, only 2 items are located in the dungeons underneath the graveyard. Even though I fell down there accidentally, early in this video, we're going to go there again. Right, so we got 57 minutes and 50 seconds. Yeah, the amount of times, I mean, I've lost count of how many times back in the day I fell down there by mistake. Not just by mistake, sometimes by choice. Trying to figure out where this item is. Okay, this one, you always have to go in the trees. You cannot go past that statue. Again, damage sustained. Right, we've got 5 lives, as you realise. So, most difficult screen ain't so bad this time. We're going to jump in here. So once again, we'll go the same route. A lot of these enemies is a case of just waiting patiently, wait for them to be out of the equation in a safe location to make the pass. Luckily, these ghosts are quite slow. But rats are quite difficult to avoid because they move quite slowly. Again, if I can find space, quite difficult to avoid. In fact, I did avoid that one. Alright, wait for the right time, drop down, there we go. That was not the way to do it. Okay, it was just, he's fine, he's worried, but he's not scared, not yet. But yes, basically, the beat of the heart will determine how scared he is. And when he's really scared, he runs off. And then he gets a 10 off of the boss. And you lose a life for that. Right, there are our hands. Right, super. Lots of hands that kill you. Feet that kill you. And later we will be finding a head and some legs. It's not always body parts. Of course, some items are not body parts, not body related. Alright, so once again we head back. This time with hands in the bag. So yeah, when the heartbeat is beating really fast, you're in a whole world of hurt. Right, drop me with the hands. Yeah, like games like James Pond, you get your character at the bottom left. His facial expression will change of how bad you're doing. Even though I'm not doing overly bad now, but we're certainly over the worst of the hazards. Going back to the castle ain't so bad going away from the castle. It's quite surprising how many screens are easier going the opposite way to the way you need to go. So we don't need to go down there anymore. And going back to those Frankenstein games, yes, the one I couldn't think of was Through the Eyes of the Monster, which I am actually bidding on eBay as we speak, but on the PC. I've played it on the Sega Saturn. Didn't go very far though. Right, we're going to go far and find some legs. Put the thing down. Right, he's got his arms, hands. Now he needs legs. After that, he needs a head with a brain and roots and blood and a partridge in a pear tree. Right in the tree right now. Staying on the ground, the owl will stay there. Yeah, some screens, like I say, only have a... Oh, poo. only have a few items, a few enemies. Some are absolutely bombarded by them. It's quite surprising also, considering we have actually got to bring him, in total, 5 bodies. Then we bring him some legs and hands and a head. I would have thought he'd had those already. But no, he's the boss. We'll do what he wants. We'll get him what he needs. What he needs is a fresh pair of legs. Dead legs. Technically they're dead legs, aren't they? And this can be found in the hospital. Jump on the door. There's certain things you jump onto. There are a lot of things you think is safe to step onto, but it's not. If I see feet like that, I think of Monty Python's Flying Circus, another game I've long played. Yeah, I think the gargoyles always home in on your location when they see you. And the nurses, the psycho nurses. Right, so now the item has been picked up and delivered. We can't accidentally pick it up by mistake, so now we'll head this way. Yeah, it's a long screen, this one. There are 6 enemies to avoid. Right, the Swiss General Hospital. No, I can't avoid that one. But yeah, some items are located on the top floor. These ones are... top floor. Yes, we're going to the top floor. The brain and the blood is located on the bottom floor. Books is located on the top floor. I think that's right. Yeah, we're going to draw the ghost away. Jump to the windowsill. Avoid death. Literally avoid death. Right, Ward 3. Yeah, no. Home in on your location. No, that's wrong. That's the books. Right, we'll come back here later. Right, a slight miscalculation. I'm not worried though. Right, let's rephrase that. Let's change that. Books are located on the top floor. Legs are located on the ground floor. This is why a map would be very handy. More so back in the day, but now I can remember them a little bit more. Apart from that one where we had a slight miscalculation, we're currently in the waiting area. Just jump on the sofas as you do. These hands will pop out of everywhere, even chairs. And wheelchairs and sofas, they're there. Right, there's our legs, so you won't go past the trolley. Right, we've got the legs. Jamie. Right, head back. This is another reason why I didn't want to read too many statistics, because it's going to be deadly, for sure. Reading statistics while playing games is always difficult. Right. Reception. Right, it's going to be a bit of a nervy last few moments. Energy ain't great, but we're over the worst of it once again. It's quite difficult in the wards, in the hospital. But you can also go the top way and we'll avoid some of the hassles. In fact, it's actually quite an easier route. Might be slightly longer though. Like I say, going this way ain't too bad. Maybe one jump, maybe 2, will avoid quite a lot of additional hazards. And these hands are everywhere. Feet are everywhere. Jump on the door, above the door, onto the windowsill, and off we go. So if my calculations are correct, after the legs, I'm going to say it's a head. I'm pretty sure it's a head, but we'll see. I've made a few mistakes. I've made a few errors. Not bad ones. With a game like this, it's very easy to make those mistakes. Like this one. Don't fall down there. I mean, he did. So yes, he's quite worried now. He's scared now. So let's just take it slow and steady. Avoid the bats, avoid the hands, stay in the trees. Avoid the spider, which I failed to do. Yes, the beat of the heart is now beating quite a lot now. It also did feature in Frankenstein Jr. on the CG4, but yeah, your heart can actually explode in that game. That was a game I got from John Menzies. This one was Computer World. Not an expensive game. In fact, the price is still on the box. $7.99 I paid for it. Worth every penny in my book. It's a good game. It's a very, very good game. Just a few issues, a few problems, but not bad problems. But yeah, it would have been nice if I had more music than just the title screen music. But I think, yes, the Thunder and Lightning does make up for that. Right, there's your legs. Right, now we need a head. Bring me a spare head. Very happy head, isn't it? It's like Flash Gordon. Right, now the head is located familiar territory once again, but this time on the roof. Another roof. Not the roof of the church this time. It's not too far away from the church, but once again we're heading over to the village. It's all around the courtyard sort of area. Keep out, it says. Well, we'll avoid that one. We're going to go straight into the area it's telling us to keep out of. So branch to the next branch. Avoid bat, avoid zombie, avoid death. There you go. No damage that time. But yeah, this is a tough screen. It always is, but that's the best tactic I thought about. You can't jump on all of the gravestones. So yeah, the more time goes by, the more often the Clash of Thunder happen. Which might feature in the outtakes. Well, a few outtakes. Always is with MJG. Right, not this one. Not this one. Right, not this one. It's the one after this one. No. Yes, the head is up there. Avoid the gargoyle. Onto the roof. There we go. You can also jump into the clouds. It's very rare I do that. It's very rare you need to do that. But in Dizzy, it's quite a well-known thing. Right, 46 minutes. But yeah, when I ran out of time, there's one time I have done that. And I was actually... Well, the books is what I needed, which was the third from the end. So even if I had returned the books to him, or delivered the books to him, I still would have done it. But it was interesting to see, because like I say, the Clash of Thunder was just continuously happening all the time. Yeah, it's very, very rare. The occasional time it might happen that there might be a slight change to the order, but not so much with the later ones. It's more so near the end, near the start of the game. You might need a body before you get the body bracket. You might need a body bracket first before a body. It's only a slight alteration. Would be nice also if it was a different order each time. That would be good. But like I say, only minor things. It needs more music. The items more spread out. No notification. I mean, you can't kill anything. You don't need to. Just avoid them. Right, so we're currently nervous. Can't argue with that. Keep going this way. Slightly longer, not by much. There's a safer way. There is your head. So it should be the medical books. Bring me the medical books, which we've seen earlier, only because I accidentally went there. But yes, they are located in the training room. And in the training room, there are 3 ghosts. We're visited by 3 ghosts. Not the present, not the past, not the future. We'll tell you it is the past. No, present. Present times are 3 ghosts. But they are slow-moving ghosts. They always are. We don't need Ghostbusters. No, we don't need Ghostbusters. We should avoid them. Avoid them with the plague. We're not trying to. But we'll get there first. So once again, we're heading over to the other side of the playfield. Yeah, the area is gigantic. It's huge. It's massive. A lot of distance to be covered. A lot of distance to be travelled. Going well. So, should be 3 more. Should be books, blood and brain, in that order. Yes, the brain's always going to be the last one. Maybe a heart, maybe. He's had quite a few hearts, he's had quite a lot of bodies. 5 bodies, technically 5 hearts. Probably not fully functioning hearts, of course, no. He's dead, they're all dead. Technically, they're all dead. Stop. Go. And also, what I have been doing for the last number of years, I like to make hammer beads of games I've finished, especially old school ones. Some of these games have taken me absolutely years to finish. And this was one of those games which I never thought I would finish. Because I got nowhere back in the day. Like I say, 4 sometimes, 5 never. Got lost every single time. Right, so here we are again. The Swiss General Hospital. If you heard that, my stomach's rumbling. I need some food. Big time. Right. Now I made a mistake there, didn't I? So the books are top floor. Is that right? Well, going right. If it's right where to go, we'll find out. I'm pretty sure, yes, due to earlier misjudgments, it is right. Yes! Jumped over 2 with 1 jump. Right, so that's where the conductor once was, not anymore. He's had that already. Right, there is our 3 ghosts, skeleton, foot and skull. But there is our books. That's not the way to do it. We'll do that again, shall we? Draw the ghost away. I don't think schools have got blackboards anymore, have they? Blackboards? Cost a few of the past. It's probably tablets and laptops now, isn't it? Not blackboards. That's what we used to have. Right. Ward 4. Ward 3. Jamie, we're getting slightly worried here. Right, so we should be only needing 2 more items. Plenty of time. Time is not an issue this time. So yes, if you go this way, shall we? Why not? Spice it up. But yes, if you do, well, if you do run out of time and you have got, in my case, 5 lives remaining, you still lose. You lose all your lives. So basically, yes, you failed. I really was quite surprised to find out not only do you have a timer, but also you do have those moments where you can increase your health. She's probably on one of those roofs. I don't know if she's there every single time. I was surprised, considering, of course, you can earn lives, and technically there is quite a lot of energy there. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, if you take damage, you're going to lose 1, maybe 2 bits of energy. Unless something homes in on you, like a ghost. Then yes, you can lose quite a lot. Yes, if it's the enemy's on top of you, yes, you're going to lose a lot of energy very quickly. So drain very quickly indeed. My stomach's rumbling. I need food fast. But we'll do this last few first. Should be blood and brain. In that order. In fact, my stomach is rumbling. It's the same sound as the jump. I always thought it sounds like a rumbling tummy. Yeah, question to viewers. What is your favourite horror-themed game? On the Amiga. I didn't say that. Most people would say Resident Evil. Which is right up there, of course. But yeah, I haven't finished many Halloween-themed games. Blimey, Joe, don't fall down there. Back in the day if I did that, and yes, I did do that quite a few times. I couldn't get out of there. Right, blood. Should be blood now. Blood in a jar. Right, so we'll head that way now. Again. What? I do like that noise. Right, we arrive at the hospital once again. But this time we need a jar of blood. Each task begins in Frankenstein's lab with Baron telling Igor what item he requires. Igor must find it and put it in his sack and return it to the lab to receive his next task. Along the way, there are enemies such as ghosts, skeletons, rats, bats, animated body parts, local townsfolk, and others. Instead of Igor's health bar, Igor has a frighten meter with a range from calm to panic. Touching enemies moves it more towards the maximum. Once it's reached, Igor will then drop what item he's carrying, flee to the lab, and in doing so will lose a life. There are ways of reducing the meter through meeting up with a local serving bench, will calm Igor's nerves and return it to 0. It was also reset when the item has been delivered. I read that brilliantly, there we go. But yes, we have got the jar of blood. Now the last item is actually on the next screen, but we have to head back first, as you won't get past that trolley. So, state of play is we have got one more item to find after this one. We have got 5 lives intact, and we've still got about 35 minutes remaining. Energy, it's not great, but trying to read off a screen does add a lot more difficulty to that. Let's go up here, why not? Take damage, or not in this case, let's keep going. Yeah, you have your occasional pixel perfects. There are 3 screens that I can think of that have quite difficult pixel perfect. That was one of them. No big deal. Yeah, the worst one takes place underneath the graveyard. And yes, making a mistake there means you've got to go around and do it again. Do it too many times, you're going to be a whole lot of pain. Or fear in this case. Like I say, not take you guys. Scared. Terrified. But yeah, back in the day, I don't think I ever got any additional extra lives. Not one. Small Swiss village, is that? So I'll read the signpost. Yeah, every time I finish it, like I say, it's about 5, maybe 6 times. This will be the 7th. Not my greatest achievement, but try and improve my score. I don't think you really can. I'm trying to improve my time. I think my best time is about 19 minutes. The first time I finished it was around about the 16-minute mark. There was a few mistakes, but it's very rare I lose lives now. So I'm slowly getting better at this game, a lot more. I'm intrigued if the Atari ST version has in-game music. The 64 version, even though it's a totally different game, will that have in-game music? Maybe, we'll see. But it's a totally different game, from what I've seen. Just keep jumping. Right, we are scared. But we're very close now. Yeah, no enemies fire at you. Imagine that. Imagine having full damage and enemies firing at you. Right, there is your jar of blood. Right, the final item. Bring me a brain. Yes, I'm making a hammer bead. I'll show you in the outtakes, but I'm also making a speech bubble. Just to finish it off nicely. And yes, it is that one that I've done. Which... there's a lot of white. If I've run out of stock, I have to order 2 more bags of white to finish it. I'm going to try and find a place to put it on my wall. I mean, your character isn't the largest sprite, the speech bubble was gigantic. But I felt the brain was the one to pick for that one. Because the brain is the final part, the key part, isn't it? Look what I've created! Yes, we need a brain. Brain normally the final piece. We're going to get that final piece, but once again, up and down, draw the arrow away from you, or towards you in this case, away from you you want to go. There's so many games I'm trying to finish. There's still so many games I want to finish. Games I've been playing recently has been playing a lot of Gods and a lot of First Samurai, and that, and also Kid Gloves. Kid Gloves is a game I also really want to finish, and I made this good progression in that one also. But even though that is also done by a single screen, and when you go off the screen and return to it, it does the same thing, it resets it all. But very difficult. A lot of trial and error in that one also. Yes, I want to get back to doing more regular long plays, but it's very difficult when you don't use cheats. And we're trying to read at the same time. Oh, Jamie. It does add a lot more difficulty to it. It's like when you're trying to stream also. You're trying to play the game and progress in the game, also read the amazing chats. But then the viewers is the most important. The game is just a bonus. Right. This one is located on the ground floor. This is located in the morgue. So surely we can't fail now. There were a few times where I had the item and I lost all my energy returning back to the castle. So we've been there, we've done that, we've got the t-shirt, he has got the blood. He hasn't got the brain yet. Brain is next, and of course in the jar. The brain in the jar. So we have bodies, multiple bodies here. That's not the way to do it really, Jamie. Okay, we'll have to do it the hard way. Jump and jump and jump. I have your brain. Okay. We're not out of the woods yet, but even though we are heading towards the woods, we're now leaving the morgue. Worried. That's not too bad. Only in games can you be worried and be fairly safe to say you're safe. Right, so we'll go up this time. Just to change it a little bit more. There are certain areas, I mean, a lot of areas, not many items. I mean, this area here, you find the winch. That's what you find in this area. And of course up there we found the pole. And that's it. Everything else is just graveyards. Hospital areas. Right, the final push. Here we go. Let's bring the final piece of the puzzle. The brain. The brain in the jar. You've done a good job. You've done a grand job. Not the greatest performance, but score isn't overly much different from ones I've done previously, which you'll see in the high score table, because they're very, very close. It's only like 1,000 difference. Not really much. It would be nice to have some sort of collectibles along the way, just something to pick up along the way, additional points. Points add prizes, points mean prizes, don't they? I suppose it's a collector map, isn't it, this one? Jamie, Wally, never mind. That time I've forgotten to make that last jump. To jump to that screen. So when you're entering the screen, if you jump into it, you keep doing the same thing. Even if you're going back off the screen and returning to it. You can do it in mid-jump. Right, if you're still watching, I really appreciate it. If you're not a fan of Webcam and Microphone, you're still watching, I really appreciate it. It's what I do for my videos. But like I say, I might, in the future, do a video without those extra things. Some people prefer that. Some people don't. Some people do. Everyone's different. Right, so the drawbridge. My goodness me, do I know this level well now? I've seen these levels, or these screens, quite a lot in the last few days. That's what I do. That's what he does as well. He does it brilliantly. So, I've beaten some of my times in previous attempts. We are done. There we go, the final piece. Look what I've created. And there we go, as expected, no real difference in terms of score, just 1,000 points difference. Not quite sure how the score system works in this game, but as you can see I played it quite a bit. But that is Frankenstein on the Amiga, polished by the green screen, but unfortunately Frankenstein's skin just happens to be green. And if you are watching this video at Halloween, happy Halloween to you. Until next time, more just games, take it easy. Ciao, bye, see ya. Okay, this game is Frankenstein, hold on. Okay, this game is Yeah, hold on a minute. Okay, this game is Frankenstein, a side Jamie. You can get anywhere at this rate. Oh, wait. This is a long game. Just to remind you, it's a long game. Okay, this game is Frankenstein, a platform game developed by Amiga Variations and published by them. You heard of them? I haven't. You play as Igor, a servant to Baron Frankenstein, who has request. No, he requests things for you to get him in time. Okay, this game is Frankenstein, a platform game developed by Amiga Variations and published by Zeppelin Games for the Amiga and Atari ST, released in 1992. You play as Igor, a servant to Baron Frankenstein, who must be... I love the fact that I've wrote my own statistics down and I can't read them correctly. Alright, basically had some dinner and also let the time run down. This is what it's like at 15 minutes. So yes, the lightning is quite often here. And I quite like that. It's quite a nice mechanic. It gets more and more as the time runs down. We're approaching the 9-minute mark. Now look at it. You probably can't hear what I'm saying. It is quite loud on my headphones. Igor is defenceless. All he has is his very low cunning and desires for the local servant wrench. If Igor meets the girl of his travels, she'll soothe his feeble brow and reduce his state of fright to 0. He's currently on the roof, but yes, another time we're currently scared. But not for long. He's very happy now. Don't blame him. But yes, we're currently in the clouds. I just wanted to show you. But what I really want is a pair of legs. Yeah, you can stay up if you wish to, but yeah, you're not really affected by the lightning, but it looks quite impressive. 2 minutes 49. Got the head. Oh, we're not ahead of the game here. Far from it. Well, I'm just gone past the 1 minute 30, but yes, I have got the item we need. But yes, I mean, I wanted to show you. But it's quite impressive. I really do like it. It's a really nice touch to this game. It's quite loud though. There we go. Less than 15 seconds to go. Of course, it's never been completed, but I just want to show the viewers what happens and what just happened in the closing stages. Even though energy's good, life is good, time ain't so good. Look at how nice of this guy. There we go, imbecile. All 5 lives taken away. There you go. So there we go, as I mentioned in the video, there's my hammer bead which is still not finished. I need to iron the other side. But yes, I like to make hammer beads of ones I recently finished. But I'm making a speech bubble which says, "Go Igor, bring me the brain." I need to wait for more stock to arrive.